Hi guys, this is Jeremy here. Just wanting to show you some mods that I've done to the Becker BK2 that I got. We'll start with the knife itself. The first thing I did was to take a automotive paint stripper. I took the handles off and I used the automotive paint stripper, and we stripped all of that black paint off. The next thing I did was to take just ordinary household mustard, and I forced a patina finish on it. Just a random kind of wavy design using the household mustard, kind of helped protect the blade. I did that all the way along the back, all the way around, so you can see that it's got some type of finish on it all the way around. I also took the back edge, used a grinding wheel and just put a little profile on the back edge here to make a 90-degree angle for using with fire steel or ferro rod. And then I just put a lanyard, used the same type of knot that they use for survival bracelets on the lanyard. The nice thing about that is that it will, if you put your hand through the loop on it, you can actually cinch it down tight to your wrist. That inside does slide a little bit, so you can kind of cinch it down tight to your wrist there. Then when I got completely finished, I used a waterproofer cake, one that I had made based off of the one that Jeremy Janey made from the Pathfinder School. It's basically, mine is deer tallow and beeswax, just a mixture. Put it over the entire blade. You can feel that it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a sheen to it that is actually like almost like a waxy finish. Just keep it from rusting in any case. Next we'll move to the sheath. First thing I did with the sheath was I cut off the nylon belt loop that went with it. That nylon belt loop was really flimsy. I replaced it with a piece of leather. All you got to do is you unscrew the 4 screws right here, and this whole back part comes off of the Kydex sheath, and you can just use a pair of side cuts to cut those rivets out that were on there with the nylon. Then I just put new ones in with the leather. Inside that leather sheath, right there, there's an Allen wrench. So if the handle does become loose around the blade, I've got an Allen wrench in there that I can tighten that back up with. It's just a little bit more durable, it's less flimsy, doesn't move around as much. I like leather better on sheaths anyway. The next thing I did, which I just finished yesterday, was to take the Kydex sheath and I took and made a leather holster that holds my fire steel and my Lansky sharpening rod. Basically all that is a single piece of leather that is folded around each side and riveted down to a leather strap. The leather strap goes through the slots that are in the side of the Kydex sheath, and then I just punched 2 holes in the back of that so that you could tighten it down with some paracord. That paracord's obviously multifunctional. If you need, repair bootlace, make a trap, you need some cordage for shelter, sewing up your clothes or something, then you got a little bit of cordage there. You got about 2 feet of 7 strands, so you got 14 feet of potential cordage within, just on the back of your sheath there. I also waterproofed the leather with the same type of material, that cake material. Then all I did with the fire steel and the Lansky rod, I went to Goodwill, picked up a windbreaker that had a stretch cord type closure along the bottom of it, pulled that shock cord out of there, and I've just used it to make a little lanyard for the fire steel and for the Lansky sharpener. That way you can put those in. You can run that around the back of the sheath, loop it over itself, like that. Just loop it over itself, and it keeps everything in there. It's not coming out. Also helps in the event that the rivets were to pop out or something like that. Say you fell down the side of a hill, this got caught on a tree, and it ripped up, popped that rivet out of there. It's not going to loosen this because this is actually through the sheath and around the kydex. So I think that makes it a little bit more secure. Doesn't take up hardly any room. Doesn't take up hardly any room, and it doesn't weigh anything. And now attached to your knife, you've got basically complete knife maintenance. You've got what I need for the handles in there in the Allen wrench, way to hone it, keep it nice and sharp. You could actually use the back of the leather here to strop the knife on when you get done honing it. Make it razor sharp, keep that edge on it. The only thing you don't have is a way to treat the blade, waterproof it when you're done. So those are my mods for the Becker BK2 as of right now. I've taken it out a couple times. I'm still looking to either replace the handle or possibly take the time to go through with the soldering iron and checker that handle. But for what it's worth right now, most of the time when I'm using this knife I'm wearing gloves anyway, so I think that I've got a good enough grip on it right now. It's not like I need a death grip on it for anything that I do in the woods. But the knife is awesome. I mean, if you don't have an axe or a tomahawk or anything like that in the woods with you, this thing will do the job. It'll definitely pound through some major timber. Up to 3-4 inch in diameter. You can split through. You can chop down trees about 3 inches around. It does take a little bit of time, obviously, because you're chopping with a knife, but at the same time, whatever you want it to do, it'll do. That 1/4 inch thick steel is bomber. It's pretty indestructible. The only thing I didn't care for when I first got it was the fact that kydex sheath, a lot of people complained about their knives falling out. Mine was actually in there so tight that it was hard to get out with one hand. It is starting to loosen up. So I've also lubricated the inside of the sheath there with that wax compound, so that helps a little bit. So, but single tool survival situation, Becker BK2. Definitely a good choice. So thanks for watching the video. Hopefully got more to come. I'm going to do a little quick video on some things I've done with the Mora. So we'll be back in a bit with some things I've done with the Mora blade. If you've got any questions or comments on what I've done or how I did anything, just shoot me a message. Thanks.